All right, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is well. June coming over to say hi. She's being active this morning. I've been up and at it since about 6 o'clock this morning. I will show you guys what I've been doing, what I have going on. One thing I wanted to say real quick, I get asked this question a lot. What do I do with all the food that I cook? I have a practical explanation, and then I have a selfish reason. The selfish reason is because I can and because I want to. That's the selfish reason, because I can and because I want to. I don't have anybody telling me no. So I do it because I want to. The practical reason, I cook like twice a week normally. Sorry, Benny got me distracted. And I use leftovers all week. When I cook chicken, the dogs get most of that. I put a lot of chicken in with their kibble. They eat 3 times a day. Every day I come home for lunch. I'm home for 15 minutes at lunch. I let them outside, prep their food, and then I just grab the leftovers out of the fridge, get in the truck, and head home. And then when I come home, I usually don't feel like cooking dinner too much, and so I take the leftovers and make something from that. So that's what I do with the food. I share a lot of it. I have a neighbor who does a lot of fishing. He brings me a lot of fish, so I bring him a lot of food. I have some other neighbors. Anyways, that's that. That's enough of that. So that's what I do with it. So kind of want to get into what I'm doing today. The first thing I want to talk about is the tools that I'm using. Really happy and excited about this guy. This is a 1986. Because of the shadows, I don't know if you can see it real well, but it's a 1986 Brownie. When I think of classic 70s Webers, I think of 2 colors. I think of brown and the avocado green. I don't have an avocado green one yet, but I'm going to get one. But this is a 1986 Brownie. The reason why I like the older barbecues is that they hold their temperatures much steadier. The newer ones tend to fluctuate a little bit more. Temperature can go up, it can go down. You have to play with the vents. Like on this one, play with the vents a little bit. But on the older ones like this one, you can set your vents how you want. Open, it's gonna be hotter. Close it, gonna keep it lower. We're doing a real low and slow cook on this one. I have a pork butt in here, Boston butt, for some shredded pork, pulled pork. Over here is my temperature. This thing is really cool. I can take this, go inside, take a nap, and I'll know exactly what my temperature is. The first number right there, the 54, that is the temperature of the food. The bottom one, the 243, that is the temperature of the grate, of the barbecue. I am wanting to do this about 250. So this is perfect. This has been steady at about 242 to 240 for about an hour now. So that's why I like the older barbecues. because they hold their temperature so well. So this is my favorite smoker. I have 2 smokers over here. These are Weber Smoky Mountain smokers. I'll show these off eventually sometime down the road. But let's take a look at this baby. This will take probably about 8 hours. I'm really only about an hour into it. See here, that probe gives me the temperature of the barbecue, and that one obviously gives me the temperature of the food. I am using the snake method on this for our charcoal setup. Most of you don't care about that. Let me get this set up. Alright, so we're going to leave that one alone so that the temperature stays steady. Get that set up there. And that is that one. So over here I wanted to show a cool new toy that I got earlier this week. This is the first barbecue that I bought last year. It's a Weber kettle. Normally will look just like that one or just like that one. But the toy, there's actually 2 toys here. This ring and this spigot and motor is a rotisserie. It has prongs that you can put into a chicken or a couple of chickens and just cook chickens or ribs or anything on the spigot. So that's toy number 1. Toy number 2 are the trays. That's the Ribolator. There are 4 trays, and so I have 4 racks of ribs on here. Now, some people are going to give me a bad time about cooking 4 racks of ribs, but to be honest with you, cooking 1 rack of ribs, that's extremely boring to me. 4, no, that's a party. That's a good time. If somebody offers you 1 firecracker or a box of firecrackers, I think you're going to take the box of firecrackers and go have a party. That's what I'm doing. I got my box of firecrackers here and I'm lighting this baby up. There are multiple ways to cook ribs. If you are a competition barbecue person, there's 2 schools of thought. The competition guys are the really, really serious guys or gals will do what's called the 3-2-1 method. The 3 of the 3-2-1 method is you let it cook for 3 hours at a low temperature, just like this, naked, and you just let it cook. The 2 of the 3-2-1 is you take it off after 3 hours, you wrap it. Some people will wrap it in butcher paper first and then wrap it with foil. You put it back on, let it cook for 2 hours. And then the 1 is after the 2 hours of cooking in the foil, you take it out, unwrap it, put it back on, and let it finish off for an hour just like this. So that's the 3-2-1 method. I've done that before. It doesn't matter to me. I like cooking it just like this. So I'm just gonna cook it open. I've been cooking it with the lid closed, but the heat got a little bit higher than I wanted. So I'm trying to cool it off a little bit so I can do a long, slow cook on this. So this is what I got going on today. See my fire set up, it got a little bit too hot. But we'll cool it down and these babies will be delicious. So I hope everybody has a great day. And I will show you what these look like when they're done. I'll talk to everybody later. Bye.